Hi, so the short story I chose to examine today is Girl by Jamaica Kincaid. I chose this story because to me this story clearly can be compared to feminist theory. So the reading is wash the white clothes on Monday and put them on the stone heap. Wash the color clothes on Tuesday and put them on the clothesline to dry. Don't walk barehead in the hot sun. Cook pumpkin fritters in very hot sweet oil. Soak your little clothes right after you take them off. When buying cotton to make yourself a nice blouse, be sure that it doesn't have gum in it because that way it won't hold up well after the wash. Soak salt fish overnight before you cook it. Is it true that you sing Benna in Sunday school? Always eat your food in such a way that it won't turn someone else's stomach. On Sundays, try to walk like a lady and not like the slut you are so bent on becoming. So I'll stop here. So I highlighted this part because there are three parts in this short story where the mother, who I believe is narrating, mentions the daughter as becoming a slut. And in this context, being a slut is the worst that a woman can be. It's a very derogatory term, and it plays a huge role in this story because to me, all the roles the mothers are giving the daughter, all the things, all the rules and steps the mother is giving the daughter, is to make the daughter not be a slut. Um, So, as you see, the daughter is given very strict rules, strict steps to follow. This also ties in with the objectification of women. Because in my notes, I had wrote women who adhere to traditional gender roles are considered good girls. Women who violate traditional gender roles are thought of as bad girls. So, another way of saying bad girls for this story would be the word slut. It also pointed out that feminist theory points out, however, that both good girls and bad girls are objectified by patriarchy. So this shows when even if you are a good girl or not a slut, you are still expected to follow many rules and you are being judged closely as if you were a slut. And I feel like for this story, there's so many rules that you have to follow. It's so easy to slip into that role of being a bad girl. Okay, so now moving on. Sorry. Don't sing Benna in Sunday school. You mustn't speak to wharf rat boys, not even to give directions. Don't eat fruit on the streets, flies will follow you. But I don't sing Benna on Sundays at all, and never in Sunday school. This is how to sew on a button. This is how to make a buttonhole for the button you have just sewed on. This is how to hem a dress when you see the hem coming down, and so to prevent yourself from looking like the slut I know you are so bent on becoming. I'll stop here again. So in this little portion I just read, there were a lot of things that I want to talk about. Sorry. So the part where she says, "But I don't sing Benna on Sundays at all, and never in Sunday school." This is the only time you hear of who she's talking to, who is the daughter. This is when you only hear her voice. And even though she tries to defend herself, her mother completely ignores what she does, ignores what she says, and goes on to even more rules she must follow. Also, in this, the mother repeats the phrase, looking like the slut I know you are so bent on becoming. So the mother is very much hammering in the daughter's head right now that she has to obey traditional gender roles so she is looked at as a good woman, a good girl. This is how you iron your father's khaki shirt so that it doesn't have a crease. This is how you iron your father's khaki pants so they don't have a crease. This is how you grow okra far from the house because okra trees harbor red ants. When you are growing dasheen, make sure it gets plenty of water or else it makes your throat itch when you are eating it. This is how you sweep a corner. This is how you sweep a whole house. This is how you sweep a yard. This is how you smile at someone you don't like too much. This is how you smile to someone you don't like at all. This is how to smile at someone you like completely. This is how you set a table for tea. This is how you set a table for dinner. This is how you set a table for dinner with an important guest. This is how you set a table for lunch. This is how you set a table for breakfast. This is how to behave in the presence of men who don't know you very well. And this is why in this way they won't recognize immediately the slut I have warned you against becoming. So there it is again. The slut I have warned you against becoming. The mother is this serves as a break for me because it is the mother again saying if you don't do this, this is what you will become, a slut, a bad girl. So I'm sorry. So in that part I read, there is a lot to dissect. So there are traditional gender roles of cleaning a house. There are more gender roles of being submissive. And then even more gender roles for being a homemaker. And this is also in so many other parts of this short story. There are so many ways in which the mother is forcing gender roles on the daughter so the daughter isn't considered a bad girl or a slut. Okay. Okay, so be sure to I'm gonna continue. Be sure to wash every day, even if it is with your own spit. Don't squat down and play marbles. You are not a boy, you know. I'm gonna stop here. You are not a boy, you know. So here the mother is comparing a girl and a boy. And she is saying it is okay for a boy to squat down and play marbles, but it is not okay for a girl. So this, you could say it's sexism, you could say it's part of the patriarchy that they're a part of, but it's about women cannot do the same thing that men can do, which I would classify as sexism, the belief that women are innately inferior to men. Don't pick people's flowers. You might catch something. Don't throw stones at blackbirds because it might not be a blackbird at all. This is how to make a bread pudding. This is how to make a ducona. This is how to make pepper pot. This is how to make a good medicine for a cold. This is how to make a good medicine to throw away a child before it even becomes a child. This is how to catch a fish. This is how to throw back a fish you don't like, and that way something bad won't fall on you. This is how to bully a man. This is how a man bullies you. This is how to love a man. And if this doesn't work, there are other ways. And if they don't work, don't feel too bad about giving up. This is how to spit in the air if you feel like it. And this is how to move quick so that it doesn't fall on you. This is how to make ends meet. Always squeeze bread to make sure it's fresh. But what if the baker won't let me feel the bread? You mean to say, after all, you are really going to be the kind of woman who the baker won't let near the bread? So, I lied earlier. There are two parts in which you can hear the daughter's voice. You hear the daughter's voice here, and you hear the daughter's voice here. So for this, I'm really gonna only discuss the end. It still ties in with gender theory, or not gender theory, feminist theory. So basically, what the mother was saying is, I've given you all these rules. I'm telling you to follow all these rules. If you don't, you will not be a woman a baker will let touch the bread. You will be a slut. You will be dirty. You will not be worthy of having a family, having a home. It sounds very severe, but a baker clearly, obviously, makes bread. Bread is a staple in many households. Bread is a staple in the country that this author is a part of. If you cannot buy bread from a bakery, you cannot feed your family. Which is to say, if a baker would not let you touch their bread if you are dirty. The mother has spent the child's entire life so that she won't be considered as dirty. So at the end, the mother is implying, if the baker won't let you touch the bread, you are a bad girl or you are a slut. So I really chose this because this can relate to so many women and girls everywhere. There's so many rules we have to follow. There's so many steps we have to do. And if we mess up, we are a bad girl. If we violate traditional gender roles, we are bad girls. So in my group, we did discuss that the mother did give the daughter some actual advice. This is how to catch a fish. Was good advice. Or this is how to throw a fish. Or this is how to throw back a fish you don't like. And that way something bad won't fall on you, so you won't get sick. We thought that was actually really one of the only good advices that the mother gave that was not rooted in gender roles and sexism. I mean, altogether, I really enjoy this short story. Another cool fact about it is it's only one sentence. There are question marks and a lot of semicolons. She separates all of her independent thoughts by semicolons, and it works very well for this poem because I keep saying poem for this short story because it just shows you that there's no stop, there's no period, there's no rest. And yes, that was my interpretation of Girl. That was my close reading analysis of Girl.